Hello everybody and welcome to the workbench for another Let's Build review. We're looking back at the previous week's live stream that happened last Sunday. During this live stream we have, as most of you will know, been continuing work on the Southeastern Finecast London Brighton South Coast I3 442 Atlantic tank, and as you can probably make out, the body is pretty much finished now. Obviously needs tidying up, it needs filling and filing for that matter, it needs handrail knobs, and there is a few smaller details to add, and an interior to detail and a crew to add to it. But these are all things for the future. The details that it needs adding really would be better off being added after the chassis is made and it can sit on the chassis. This does of course mean next week we'll be working on the chassis. And this is going to be great fun. I'm quite looking forward to that. But we'll worry about that then. For now we have this body, which as you can see it has a nice detailed interior, reverser wheel, brake standard, full back head, which is actually sitting very slightly too high. I can correct that next week. It's not too far too high, so it might be alright. The fiddliest job of this week was the coal bunker end. The two grills over the windows, which I didn't quite get straight, but I don't think I'd get them any straighter no matter how many times I did it, to be honest, so we left it there. And the coal rails themselves, which had to be made up first and then put on the locomotive. So they're not perfect, but I think I've done quite a good job there. And look, I've just popped that off. I will solder that back on before next week's stream. There were quite a few difficulties with the details that go on the tank tops doing that, because getting at them underneath was not easy. And despite the way the instructions say to do it, it may be better to do them before tackling the before putting this on top of the tanks, because you'd be able to get to them easier, get them soldered from underneath easier. So as you can see, everything except the plastic safety valve has been soldered. The only reason the safety valve is plastic is because the one from this kit actually got used for my Remembrance class Baltic tank engine, which obviously means I can't use it on here. So that is what we did. That is what we have to do next week. But before we go, let's have a quick look over. We'll use this one, because this one is the one with the text around the right way. We have the very nice etched chassis to work with. Now this is a significantly more complicated chassis than ones I've built before from Southeastern Finecast. So this should be good fun. I'm quite looking forward to it. It includes compensation, but we discussed on stream that I may not do that, as it has play for the rear wheel, and the front bogie can be given some up and down movement. So in double O, I'm not convinced on a four coupled engine that compensation is necessary. On something more complicated, a spring, like an 060 springing on the middle wheel, yes, fair enough. But, and in fact, in a more fine scale gauge as well, yes. But in 00, I'm not convinced it's needed. So we do have, as I say, we've got a nice etched chassis. That is obviously half of it. The other half being here with everything backwards on it, because that is how Southeast and Finecast make their chassis. You can even see there the 00 and EM are backwards. Southeast and Finecast, it's the same artwork, just reversed. We then have Romford wheels, and some smaller details such as screw-in spacers and bearings. So that will mean going back to the real solder, because obviously Whitemetal solder is not needed for an X chassis. Should be good fun. I'm quite looking forward to getting on with that. So I hope to see you Sunday. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.